Hello again, and welcome to yet another episode of Behind the Scenes with the Lafayette Master Chorale and Children's Choir. I'm Cindy Gerlach, Managing Director, and with me today is a woman who I don't think needs any introduction. I don't know who doesn't know who Sheila Klinker is.
Thank you, Cindy.
Our state representative for District 27 here in Indiana, and I'm fortunate to say my neighbor.
Thank you.
So, hello.
Hello, and happy to have you.
Yo. So Sheila, I think everybody knows, I mean, you work tirelessly for the people of this district and the state of Indiana, but you are a tireless and staunch supporter of the arts.
I am.
What is it about the arts that is so vital to our communities?
Well, I think that the arts either bring people here, Cindy, while they're maybe doing other work, or it really encourages them to stay. Once they get involved in this community and they become very close to the arts, both maybe singing in the Lafayette Master Chorale, or maybe at the Art Museum, or other different art, civic theater. We just have a lot of venues for the arts, and people appreciate that.
We have a very strong and vibrant arts community.
We do.
Here in
Very.
Lafayette, in Tippecanoe County. So what is it about the Lafayette Master Chorale in particular?
Well, I started out with Dr. Gene Goodson when we had just a small little group, and we met in his home. And we did madrigals and other various songs dating back several years. And I just really enjoyed that. And we were allowed to perform at various churches in the city, and particularly on the west side, because we had two members that were members of St. Thomas Aquinas, and it was close to many of the buildings in which many of our folks worked, both females and males. So we were delighted to be able to carry on that journey until Dr. Goodson moved. He and Susie. Susie was very adept at playing the organ, and played at the Baptist Church downtown across from Wells Center, and was very, very talented. So that was a very talented family, and it was a pleasure to sing with them. And then we, at that time, rehearsed on Sunday night. Today, they rehearse on Monday night.
Yes.
So, of course, that alleviates the fact that I can sing with them now.
Oh.
But I certainly appreciate it, and I'm on their board, as you know, and I love the children's choir. I did teach music before we had music supervisors at 6th grade level at Miami School. So the gentleman with whom I taught just did not want to teach music or art. And we had a supervisor that came in to check on us. And so they wanted to make sure that the children had a background in both of that. And I had sung with Al Stewart in college,
Right.
in the Purduette Trio, and traveled with the Glee Club once in a while, because Al Stewart's daughter was a member of our trio. And Marv Myers was our extension leader of our choruses throughout the state, and Marilyn was the other member of our trio. So we really, really enjoyed the music at PMO. And we don't think of Purdue as a music school,
Right.
of course, but there is a lot of music there with the Purdue Band and other groups, the Black Culture area, where we had the beautiful singers from the Black Cultural Center, and Heart and Soul, which was a group at PMO. So we've been very fortunate to have people that are engineers, also great musicians, in the Citizens Band that plays every Thursday night, or did during the summer, with Bill Kissinger as the director. I'm on that board, and we have many young people, as well as Al Jones that taught at Jeff with the band playing, and that's a lot of fun to watch people of all ages play in that Citizens Band. And we have many people coming on busloads from Westminster, University Plaza, and all over the city to watch our Citizens Band. So I've really missed that this summer, as well as other venues
Right.
of the arts, but particularly our Citizens Band every Thursday night. So we're hoping that we can get back to that someday soon.
Absolutely. So it's clear that you really have a strong appreciation for music and what it
I
brings to
do.
this community. And as you mentioned, we have so many people who come from all over who are talented musicians but go into other fields, and they make their way to the chorale.
Yes, they do.
Which is amazing. You know,
And we're very fortunate. We have many scientists, Mark Hermanson,
right?
that is certainly or was very active in the pharmacy department at Purdue, and certainly a leader in the pharmaceutical area. Has been a long time member, along with many others. And Jane Goodson actually was a wonderful engineer and taught at Purdue and was working, discovering various areas of industrial, not just waste, but other ways to help the environment. And Gene left and went on to another university, but he and Susie never forgot our area. They came back and visited quite
Absolutely.
a bit.
So it goes both ways. We benefit from having those people because they make the chorale better, and of course the chorale makes their life better.
Yes,
because it rounds out their existence.
Well, John Polis and Gail came here, and John was very active in the Army.
Yes. Career.
So his background was the United States military, and decided to stay here in West Lafayette. So we have many people who have come for military reasons to Purdue University and have decided to stay. So we're very fortunate in that area too.
So you are a busy woman. Your schedule is very full, and yet you make time to come to our monthly board, well, not monthly, but quarterly board meetings and monthly committee meetings. Why is this such a priority for you, the chorale?
I think it's important that people support the arts, and you can only do that with monetary gifts, and I think it's important that we meet to discuss that and to try to convince our people, like Subaru that has given quite a bit, Subaru of Indiana, and other area businesses that come, Nanshan, GE. Many of our businesses have been very, very good. Arconic, which was Alcoa, has supported the arts, along with many of our other small businesses too, that have been very willing to step forward and say the arts are important to Lafayette and we're willing to support it, even in difficult times. Because 2008, 9, and 10 were very difficult years, and yet we were able to keep the arts moving ahead. And that's very important that during these difficult times we support the arts.
Well, I think that when we planned the Messiah performance in December, there was concern about whether or not we'd be able to get enough people into St. Boniface. And yes. I know you were there.
I was there.
And there wasn't an empty seat.
There was not an empty seat. And the director, Michael Bennett, who's a very good friend, said I was singing with him. He accused me of being part of the group. But we did the Messiah in high school quite a bit. We had quite a bit of music and madrigals and others at Wonderful High School. And my daughter was in the first edition, the very first one that went to Bishop Luers in competition. In fact, Dr. Scott Handback, which some people do not know, played the trumpet behind Kelly.
Oh, is that right?
In the stage band that also won a prize that day. And what was interesting is that my high school director from Broad Ripple and Ball State music department was one of the judges of that afternoon at Bishop Luers. So you see people in the arts, which is just wonderful. You catch up with people because it's a small world.
Sure.
Really. And you see people that maybe you haven't seen in years, working in judging situations or others. So it's something that ties people together, which I like. You make many friends through the arts.
Do you have a particular favorite performance that you either were part of with the chorale or that you've attended?
Well, I think the Messiah is certainly one of them.
That was really a triumph, I have to say.
It was really a wonderful evening, and I was very fortunate to be able to sit up front where I could see and hear well, hear the soloists. And
Who
the
were
soloists,
amazing.
They were very good, excellent, and I really feel as though, even though maybe I'm not singing in those groups now, that I feel a part of it, and that's why I serve on the boards, because it's very important to keep all those groups moving ahead, even if these are difficult times and they have some maybe dollars and cents worries. I think it's very important to keep them alive and well.
Well, and I have to say, you have been not just giving of your time, but you also are a financial supporter of the chorale, and it makes a huge difference. You make what we do possible.
Thank you.
And I think we really value your passion for the arts, and your being a spokesperson and trying to convince other people.
Well, I try to do that at the state level too, Cindy.
Oh, I'm aware.
We are not a state that particularly gives a lot of dollars and cents to the arts, but the arts are very important to many of us who have participated in them through high school, college, and beyond. And so there are many of us who work very hard to keep that funding alive at the state level. And I'm hoping to do that in the future too. This is going to be a difficult year because it is a budget year.
Sure.
And Medicaid costs, as you know, have gone up along with unemployment situations. But I think the arts are so important to children at all levels. And, I mean children with dollars and cents, and parents at home, and other children who have to work very hard that are from single parent situations where they don't have a lot of money. And I know that many of our people in the arts are willing to give to these young people so they can participate with their costumes and the other things that they need, lessons. And so I'm very happy to try to support not only the arts locally, but also at the state level.
Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today
You're
to share your
welcome,
passion for the arts.
Thank you.
And again, we thank all of you for all the support that you have given us over the years as well.
Thank you very much.